Yeah, why is it super important to watch exactly this video about this N7 action camera, which I got from the seller to show you? There are mainly two things, two absolutely super important things which I want to show. The first thing is in the settings. I think without changing this setting, a lot of people could be disappointed about this camera. And the second thing with this camera, which I'm already actually wearing here, as you can see, the second thing is after checking all the footage which I've been taking here, after using it for a couple of hours, there was one situation which totally blew me away, something which I never expected from this camera. But of course, that's not the only stuff which I'm going to show. I'm going to do a full unboxing. I'm showing you all the accessories. I'm going to show you how to use the mounts, how to connect to the Wi-Fi. And again, of course, a lot of footage which I've been taking with exactly this action camera here. So stay tuned till the very end of the video. And so here we can see everything what we get. Of course, the camera and the instructions and a lot of accessories. But let's start with the very, very impressive size of this camera. This is absolutely amazing how small this is. I mean, we have always been thinking GoPros would be small, but watch this huge difference here. And even compared to DJI, which is a little bit smaller than the GoPro, it's still so much larger. I mean, this thing is finally a camera which you can carry around the whole day, and you probably won't even notice, with a weight of, I think, only 1.01 ounces. This is absolutely amazing, the weight here. I don't know how they have been packing even a large battery and all the electronics and everything here inside. It's a total mystery for me. And so let's start with some accessories. For example, the bike mount, which is actually 3 parts. So of course we want to clamp this on the handlebar. And so like that we have normal GoPro mount. And so we have this accessory which you can put here on top. Secure it with the GoPro screw, which we also get in the set, and then add this camera mount, and everything with standard 1/4-inch diameter and very easy to attach. As you can see here, has even some really super convenient wheels here to attach, super flexible. And then we just clamp in the camera here, you can see, and now everything is super secure, absolutely nothing to worry. And if you want to remove just the camera, just take it away, connect it to a computer with standard USB-C, and then it will show what it has been recording here. Or you can just take out the micro SD card. Of course, micro SD card is not included, but very easy to add or remove. But I've never done this. And the third way how to access the footage is directly from the phone. And so for that we have to turn on this camera. So we just long press here till we see the LED lights. Then we get confirmation, some beeping a little bit later. Okay, we had that. Takes about 5 to 10 seconds, something like that. In the instructions we have a QR code which can scan or just download the vPulse app from the official Play Store or Apple App Store. And so we double press here on the camera, then we see a flashing blue light. And as soon as we have the blue light, we can add the camera. For the first time, we have to click on the plus. If it's already connected like here, we just click on connect. And you can see I didn't have to do anything. I have already a live view. I could already even start to record directly from here. Of course, it will be recorded then on the micro SD card, or I can change the settings, activate, deactivate sound, change the video resolution, either 2K or 4K, activate loop recording. For example, if you want to use this camera in a car, other than that, it's not required. We can even change the loop recording duration, can add a timestamp if you like, can flip the display, can choose 16:9 or 9:16. 16:9 is of course horizontally, 9:16 vertically, but then we don't have any anti-shaking, which is super important by default. When the camera comes from the factory, anti-shaking is off, so I highly recommend to turn it on. Otherwise the video will be shaky. We can activate or deactivate the boot tone, set an auto power off, and further down there are just technical information. Of course, when connecting for the first time, we also want to activate the Wi-Fi. Then we go to the Wi-Fi setting, choose the N7 and add the password which we get here in the instructions. Click on connect. and set the option to always connect even though there's no internet connection. Exactly same thing as we have, for example, with a normal dash cam or so. And again here the third option, how to access the footage instead of using a USB cable or take out the micro SD card. We can access the footage directly from here. Then we can watch, download, share, whatever you want to do. And the footage is really impressive. I've tried it already first in the pool and I was really absolutely blown away. Of course, for the pool, it's required to use this waterproof housing, otherwise it won't be waterproof, but very easy to add here. Close this and then lock it here on the side. And the awesome thing is that we have then already standard GoPro mount. So instead of using these two parts here for the bike mount, you could also use just the waterproof housing, which I think is even better when you get in a range hour or so. Then the camera is better protected and it's even smaller than that. And we can still fully operate it from here because it has this normal button which you can press here, turns on, and we can start, stop, do everything. And we still can hear the beeping. Of course, the microphone will be blocked by the waterproof housing. The microphone, as far as I know, sits here on top. Microphone has also a very decent quality. What's awesome here is that the LED is so strong, or the LEDs, that I can even see them here in super bright sun, even with wearing the sunglasses. And so I put it here underneath my chin, just hang it over the top of my t-shirt. I hope it's more or less straight. Of course, like that I can't adjust the angle, so I start walking here to see how this is recording, especially regarding the voice, because now it's right underneath my chin, and also to see how the stabilization works when I'm walking here pretty much a full circle around the pool. So I'm finished here. But what blew me away is the video quality. It's absolutely amazing, and compared to most body cams in this class which have very limited stabilization or even no stabilization, this has a really strong stabilization effect. Works absolutely amazing, and colors are great, sharpness is great. And what blew me absolutely away is the high dynamic range which we get here in this camera, while a lot of other cameras, especially in this class, are highly struggling with high dynamic range recording. Here absolutely no problem, even when we point the camera directly into the sun, which I did accidentally in the pool. Pointed the camera towards me, and in the back there was the sun, and with a lot of cameras that would have been just black in my face, and here still absolutely perfect visible my face. Also great to see with this housing here, maybe there's a coating or something like that, because when I moved the camera up and down in the water and out of the water, there was never some water visible on the lens. Something which can be a huge problem with some other cameras, that some water drops are blocking the view then or irritating. Here I never had anything like that, and that's very, very important. And visibility and everything was absolutely great, super nice and clear underwater and out of the water. And the focus range is from, I think, 1 centimeter or so up to indefinite, and I've tried this already very close, and everything was nicely visible or even readable. And also during a bike ride, everything really great, even when having strong shades mixed with super bright areas. Footage always pretty much perfect. But there's even still much more. We have this mount here which you can put around the neck, and the idea is not to wear it outside but actually hidden inside, so very easy to hang over your neck, and then you just pull here to tighten that, and so we can just attach it from outside. Then this side has to face the camera, so it can sit pretty much on top of your t-shirt, just inside, and it has a really solid hold. By the way, if you just want to use the camera itself, you can, for example, also use it with a normal small magnet, which you have probably already from a lavalier microphone, but it could be hanging down a little bit when you use it just like that on a shirt, so it's better to use it like that. And then we have even the option, when you have this inside of your shirt, to attach this mount here from the outside. Has also very strong hold. By the way, of course, this is standard magnet, would hold everywhere, and so we can attach the camera here outside, and so we can change then even the angle That's super convenient. Or of course we can also turn it around like that. Absolutely amazing. And for super strong action we get even such rubber bands. So we can put this around the camera and the mount here. But I would say this is just for really tough stuff, because I've been wearing the camera like that now for a while and had absolutely zero problems. I mean, you can see the magnet is so strong, but of course, if you're planning to do crazy action, then you can use this extra rubber band. And we are still not done with all the great stuff. We also get this charging cradle, which you can use directly. You can see we can just add the camera, and we can even use the camera here while it's being charged. You can see also charging level of the charging cradle down here. We also have even an additional tripod mount down here, and so you can start recording while the camera is being charged here in this case. And so instead of the already impressive 90 minutes in 4K, which we have just with the bare camera, we get up to 270 minutes recording time in 4K, and we are still not larger than a normal standard DJI Osmo Action camera, or actually even still smaller, which we have been thinking is super small. And of course, like that, we can still operate it normally, start, stop, do everything. And we are still not done with the accessories. We get double-sided stickers, which we use, of course, for such standard GoPro mounting plates. And we get even the charging or data connection cable. We get another GoPro mount. We get also this one here, and we get another rubber band and another GoPro screw, and even this sliding plate which goes into this mounting plate here, for example, perfect for a helmet, car, motorcycle or whatsoever. And so let's check also a little bit more details about the files here. And I didn't only want to see the details of the video files, but also how long it can really run from one charge with the highest 4K settings. Of course, I had turned off the stabilization, which also is consuming some battery power, but I still had it on full 4K, which you can see here, running from 1 AM, and let it run as long as the battery lasted. And you can see the last file is from 2:23, so almost 1.5 hours later. So the length of every clip is 3 minutes, and you can see full 4K in 30 frames. And so here's the file size. You can see in about 6 minutes it's consuming about 1 gigabyte, means about 10 gigabytes in 1 hour, maybe around 15 gigabytes in 1.5 hours. And so like that, even a small 32 gigabytes microSD card would allow for 2 times the maximum recording time, just to give you an indication what microSD card you need. Yeah, so everything looking good so far, but are there really no problems? I think one of the biggest limitations here, remove this camera here, we can just push here and then we can take it out. One of the biggest disadvantages here, I think, is the microphone. I mean, the recording quality is actually decent even for voices, but the sensitivity is very, very low. For example, compared to a GoPro or DJI, we can just take the footage, put into the editor, or even post it directly. Here you have to highly edit and squeeze everything out, boost the audio, and then probably have to deal with some noise. What's awesome here is that the LED, I mean, it's not bad for this class, but definitely huge limitation, and I think there are no possibilities to add external microphones, and especially of course when we see waterproof housing, there's then pretty much nothing to hear anymore from the microphone. Then regarding stabilization, I mean, in general it's great, but when you move the camera beyond a certain angle and then it's moving fast to the new point of view and not moving slowly like gimbal style with a GoPro or a DJI, total different thing. I mean, it's not bad, and again, as long as we are keeping it more or less steady, like when you're normally walking or using it on a bike or bicycle, then absolutely no problem. But when you're moving it left or right too much, then it really moves from one point where it stabilizes and then moves to the next location pretty fast, and then tries to keep it here and then moves to the next direction. Then regarding the beeping, as long as you have it turned on like that here, when you start video recording, here, and it's this beeping which you heard is just one beep, that will be also on the video as a first thing, so you always have to cut this out. Maybe they can improve that with a firmware upgrade, which is definitely possible with the app. Then the field of view, when you hold it like that, I've tested that already against the 90 degrees angle. I could definitely see that it's way below a 90 degrees angle, maybe 60 degrees or so, something totally different to a GoPro or DJI, where we have almost 180 degrees. And the video quality, even though it's usually pretty cool, but when the scene is not very bright illuminated, for example indoor or during the evening or even during the night, then the quality is very, very limited. Definitely not comparable to a new DJI or GoPro, and definitely far away from the capabilities of a modern cell phone. And as far as I've been able to see, there are also no special recording modes like time-lapse or even time warp or hyper-lapse function, which we have of course these days in most action cameras or even some smart glasses. But still super impressive. I mean, I definitely didn't expect such a great performance from such a super small tiny camera, only I think 1.01 ounces weight, and has still pretty much everything what we need, maybe not in the highest quality, especially regarding the sound, and it's not waterproof by its own, but we can work around most of the limitations. So this thing could be an absolutely awesome thing. Just stick it somewhere and let it record, and you will be very surprised, I can guarantee. And so for me, definitely a keeper. And so if you're interested, you can find the link down in the description of the video, so you can check it out and order one for you if you like. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or want to share your own experience with this camera, then just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.